16 counties, 11,500 square miles. I have met with the greatest this country has to offer, and it's you. It is you. So, you know what? Whether you're shrimpers or you're oystermen on the coast, or whether you're farmers, peanut farmers, or whether you're dairy farmers, or whether you're in the timber business, or whether you're members of academia, or whether you're state workers and you work with the DOT, no matter what you do, whether you're small business owners, scrapping and scraping and doing all that you can to meet your obligations and to pay your people and to invest in their future, I have found a commonality among all of us in this district. You know, we love freedom. We love freedom. And I will tell you, we all know, deep in the recesses of our heart, we know that part of our, I call it freedom DNA. We know deep down that there's something just not right. Sometimes we're not sure exactly. You know, maybe we just can't put our, but we know. We know. It's kind of like a big buck that just knows somebody looking at him. It's a sixth sense. And that's how that big buck gets old, by the way. And I think the reason that America has lasted over 200 years is because we have something called freedom in our DNA. It's a sixth sense, common sense, a self-evident truth, as our framers stated. And we know something just isn't right. But we know this, we have a chance to put our finger on it on November 2nd. And we're going to speak loud, and we're going to speak clearly, with clarity and clearness. And we will say to the world, America is the vanguard of freedom and liberty. I want to say, I have been, I've been attacked. It has been, I got to tell you something, pray for my mama. And pray for my wife and my sister. And pray that Alan never has to face the three of them. It wouldn't be pretty. But I want to say, going forward, you know, my opponent wants me talking about everything but the issues. And so therefore, with the series, and I don't tell you, you've seen it, the series of untruths. The more that I talk to you about those attacks, the more that I'm not talking about jobs, the massive government expansion, the economy that's stuck. And so I want you to know that all those attacks, man, we are transparent. We will talk to you about each and every one of those things. And we want you to go to our website, SutherlandForCongress.com. We got an icon there with Alan's picture. Okay? And it talks about how Steve Sutherland sets the record straight. Every attack that Matt has filmed, every accusation, the accusation is outlined, and then the truth. Okay? And so I want to make sure, and I mean everyone, from 23% to Medicare, to Social Security, to property tax, you name it. Every single attack is outlined on our website. So, I don't want to give that any more credence tonight. I want you to know, if you're not satisfied with the website, call me personally. I will talk to you. Our campaign, we will reach out to you. But from now, over the next 2 weeks, I want to talk to you about jobs. I want to talk to you about the economy. I want to talk to you because somebody's got to. And your current leader has made a decision to not talk about his votes, to not talk about the issues. let's just talk about this little funeral director from Panama City, Florida, who's never run for office before, who seems to be, in the words of their campaign spokesperson, his fledgling congressional race. Fledgling. You know, and so he's going to know all about fledgling in about 2 weeks. They just missed our fundraising efforts this quarter, and yet we outraised Allen in the district about 8-1, I think. In the district. Yeah, we've received financial support from other places. Great Americans, individuals. $20.10 from New York, $50 from Connecticut, $75 from North Alabama, because they understand that every congressional seat affects them. You know what? You got a bad congressman who's voting to take away your freedoms in Alabama. They hurt you just as much as Congressman Allen Boyd. And so therefore I say to you, we must have a global understanding of Congress. Global. Not just inside our district. Many of you are inside of District 1. Jeff Miller is your congressman. But you know what? You got friends in District 2. Family. Call them. Get out the vote. Tell them. Use your influence to create a better tomorrow. So I want to say on all those issues, go to our website. If you're not satisfied with that explanation, call us. Time is of the essence. I know this, we're working 20-hour days. But that's okay. In our family, we love 40-hour work weeks. That's why we squeeze 2 into every 7 days. And that's okay. Because in our family, when we woke up, laying in bed till noon, that wasn't an option. Okay? And my brother Tim's here. He's in the logging business. He rises at 3:30 every morning. I'm going to tell you something. Tim, where are you at? Where are you at? All right, Tim, I'll tell you something. My brother, who was raised in the same house I was, with a mother and father, who loved God, loved each other. The good news was that they loved us third. I'm going to tell you something. That's a hard-working man right there. And he works hard every day. And he goes out and he cuts that timber and he drags that timber to the ramp. And they load that timber on trucks. And they go to the mill, several mills. And he works till 8 o'clock at night. And his word is his bond. And he shakes your hand and looks you in the eye. That's better than a signature on a contract. I have loved having my family with me on this campaign. My siblings, my extended family, because I know that he is going to hold me accountable far more than you ever will. And I want you to. You need to. You need to always question. You need to always hold accountable your elected leaders, local, state, and federal. But I want you to know that when I see him, when I sit down in just a few minutes and this is over, and I look him in the eye, he's going to hold me accountable to the principles by which we were raised. And I may not see you for a while, but I will see him and the other members of my family every day. And I grew up in a home where our Father taught us that as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Amen. I have no doubt that there may be some questions that you may want to ask. And again, I know it's 7:15, but if I could, Elaine, what you tell me, I just learned to listen. You just tell me what's the protocol here. What do we need to do? I don't want to go where I'm not supposed to.
We just have a few questions. Is there anybody in the audience that has a question? Because you can ask him personally. Mike, come on up here and ask a question.
Many of you know me.
Mike's been here before.
Sutherland, I have one question that's, I think, the most important question that's going to happen anywhere for this country. Right now, our gross domestic product is $14 trillion. Our national debt is $14 trillion. That's 100%. It's unity. That's never happened before in an economy that survived. Now, what is going to be your most important priorities